Okay guys, it's been a long time since I shot a video. I actually tore my hamstring about 3 months ago, and I've been trying to get that thing to heal, and it's taken a really long time. So if you ever tear your hamstring, just don't do anything, don't kick. The biggest thing I got to say to that too is just make sure you always warm up. I did something stupid where I didn't warm up before. I was trying to do a big kick, and I popped it. So always warm up. So now I want to go back into it. We're talking about kicking faster. Last video I talked about the mechanics of it, making sure that your pivot foot was there, that you extend, you drive it through, and you retract it. So that's the first part. Second part is working on your flexibility. There's really 3 types of flexibility exercises that I really focus on. One is active stretching, and that's one where you are actively pulling your leg to you. You're down on the floor, you're stretching out as far as you can. It could be splits, that could be a pike, double leg pike, that could be a single leg pike, any of those types of stretches. One for kicking faster that's really important is actually called dynamic stretching. And that's where you're swinging your leg up and through whatever that is. So whether that's a target, a bag, or anything else like that, that's what you're focusing on. And then the third one is passive stretching. That's where you're either working with a partner or you've got a towel and you're pulling your leg closer to you, whether you're sitting in like a single leg pike, a double leg pike, you're laying on your back and you're just pulling your leg straight towards like the ground. So those are the 3 main types. Now, I like to focus mainly on active and on dynamic, and that's what I teach in most of my classes. When I go to train for flexibility, I'm aiming to see how high I can get my knee and how high I can get my knee to go out. If I have my knee super, super high, but my leg can't get there, then it doesn't do me that much good. So what I want to do is make sure that I stay within inside my bounds and push it a little bit further from there. Make sure you're always super warmed up anytime you go to do any dynamic stretching. Now, what I like to do is instead of like straight leg swings, which are good, I like to give it a good round kick. And what I want to do is try and kick through my target. So the first thing I'll do on something like this is I'll throw a round kick, but I want to try and go as high as I can, and I'll go through my target. Just like that. Doesn't have to be fast, but I want to go as high up as I can. It's okay, this bag's pretty tall, I'm still really flexible. You aren't that flexible, maybe you can only kick at your waist, just kick right here. Okay, what you don't want to do is stop. Okay, what you want to do after that is raise up your kick. Once you get pretty good flexibility wise, if you're kicking, let's say you're kicking here, kick a little bit higher, and stretch for it. Don't hit, go through the target. Okay, we're not worried so much on chambering and rechambering or anything like that in this. All we're really working on is getting more flexible in the dynamic stretch. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, a second thing that I like to do is kick and hold. So I might throw my kick up, and I might hold it there for a second. Okay, that's going to build up some strength in your hips, in your glutes, in your hamstring, and in your quads. And that's really what you want to focus on is you got to build those muscles so that they actually can support that flexibility as well. Otherwise, you're not going to kick any faster. Once you get kind of used to it and you get through, you've got a lot of dynamic stretching going on by kicking through your target, then you can throw some kicks out a little bit faster, especially once you have the mechanics in. Okay? That still bothers my hamstring a little bit, and that's so important about making sure that everything's healed before you go to throw a kick again. So just to kind of review that, you want to have active, passive, and dynamic stretching that you always do. Dynamic, throwing your leg up in a kick. Passive, grabbing a towel, having a partner stretch you. Active stretching, you going down, grabbing a leg and pulling your leg up or pushing your body down to the floor. Any of those 3 main stretches that I like to focus on for increased flexibility for round kicks. It's going to be a side split, it's going to be butterflies, and it's going to be a single leg pike. So I'm down here like this and stretching it this way. If I'm not stretching that way, I've got my leg up on something and I'm stretching towards it that way. So it gives you a few different options there. But that's really what we want to look for in flexibility exercises to get your kicks a little bit faster.